Hello guys, welcome to our second lesson. We want to learn about the fundamentals of sight reading. We want to learn about sight reading and get better at it. And by the end of this video, we should have a basic understanding about reading piano sheet music. Great. So we want to take a look at the music alphabets or the alphabets in music. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Very important. There's no H in music. So from G, we just repeat the whole sequence again. Then take note of the sharp symbol and the flat symbol. They are going to be very important in this lesson. Great. Let's look at the music notes. So over here, we have whole notes, we have half notes, we have quarter notes, we have eighth notes, and we have 16th notes. All these notes are played differently, and from the namings you can see that one whole note is equal to two half notes. Alright, one half note is so equal to two quarter notes, but they are all played differently, so just remember that. Let's look at the staff. So the staff is where music notes are arranged. I'm sure some of you are familiar with something like this. You've seen it somewhere. The music notes are mostly arranged in this, and we have one on top and one on bottom. The one on top is called the treble clef, and that is indicated by the symbol we can see over here. The one at the bottom or the one beneath is called the bass clef, and you can see the bass clef symbol right here. That shows that this is a bass clef. We'll take a deep dive in this. Let's look at the treble clef. The treble clef, as you can see nicely, has the notes arranged on it, and this treble clef is mostly played with the right hand. So take note, if you see this symbol, it means that you have to play the notes here with your right hand. Most of the time you play it with your right hand. Then you can see that we have lines and spaces. How many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 lines. Alright, and now in the spaces we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 spaces, and you realize that each of the lines and the spaces have their own allocations, so they are not all the same. They are all different. They all have their notes attached to it, or alphabets attached to it. That should be the right way to put it. The first line here is E. The next line is G, followed by B, D, and F. Alright, let's look at the spaces. We have F, that's for the first space. The second space, A, C, and E. Okay, so I tell my students to always look at their face in between the lines. This is supposed to help you remember what you are looking at and also read it better. Read the treble clef better. Okay, and if you observe closely, you see that it's in the same alphabetical order or the same musical alphabetical order, because the first line here is an E. The space here is an F. From F, where do we go to? We go to a G. That is the next line. In music, we don't have H, so we go back to A. You can see that the next space here is A. And then the line which follows is a B. Then the next space, C. The line D, E, F. So you can see that reading the treble clef shouldn't be difficult at all. Okay, always remember that. Look at your face in between the lines. F, A, C, E. Hope you remember that. Great. Let's look at the bass clef. The bass clef is a little different here, if you can observe closely. In the bass clef, the first line here is now a G. Okay, the next line is B. The next line is D, followed by F and A. If you look at the spaces closely, we have A, we have C, we have E. So the F is no longer here. Okay, the F has been skipped, and we now have A here, A, C, E, then followed by G. Can you see that? And if you take a close look at this, you realize that the first line here is a G. We don't have H in music, so we go back to A. So A is the first space in the bass clef. Then the line which follows is a B. Can you see that? It's very, very easy, as simple as it's B. Then the next space is C. Then we are moving to the next line, which is D. Then the next space is E. And the line is F. Then G. Then we go back to A. That is the line we can see right here. Yeah, this should make reading music very, very easy and very, very simple for all of us. So to remember this, I tell my students to always, when it comes to the reading of the bass clef, the F no longer starts the first space, it's A. So you take the F out and start with an A. So A, C, E. Just like you are spelling face, but the F is no longer inclusive. So A, C, E, then you continue from there. The next space is G. So E, line here is F, and the space here is G. And I hope you all remember this. Hope it helps. Great. We want to look at ledger lines. Okay. Ledger lines are lines which extend either below or above the staff. So this line here is a ledger line. This line here is also a ledger line. This line here is also another ledger line, and it can go as many as possible. All right. So some of you are wondering how we have C down here and how we also have C up here. Let's figure this out. All right. So this is the treble clef. You know that the spaces here F, A, C, E. That's how come we got this C. Okay. So let's count and get to the C up here. So C, the next line will be what? D, followed by what? E. That is the space. Then the line here is F. All right. Then the space here is what? A G. All right. In music, we don't have H. So from G, we go to where? A. So this ledger line here is A. All right. It's A. The space which follows is what? From A, we go to B. Okay. Then from B, the line next is C. That's how we got this C over here. All right. Now let's count from beneath. Let's confirm that this C is right. Okay, so the line here is C. All right. The line here is C. The space here will be what? D. Right? Yes, D. Then the line which follows from D, we go to E. From E, the space here will be F. From E, F. Then from F, the line will be G. From G, we know in music that from G, we don't have H. So we go back to A. So from G, the space here will be A. A, the line will be what? B. Then from B, we go back. We go to C. I hope you all get the illustration over here. So this is how to read the music stuff, and it's very, very simple. We just need to break it down and have a better understanding. All right, and this over here applies to the bass clef. All right, so the bass clef, although the symbols, the alphabets here are different, the ledger lines follow the same order. So you should always figure it out, always count or go through and fish out the notes. Great. Let's look at time signature. Yes, this is time signature. We have 4 here and 4 down there. This right here is the time, is called the time signature. And what is the time signature? The time signature shows the rhythmic patterns in a song. So it gives you the rhythm, the beats, and everything in the song, how it should go. Alright. Then the common time signatures which you will encounter are 4 on 4, 3 on 4, 2 on 4, 6 on 8. These are the common time signatures you will encounter. Alright, great. Let's look at the time signature in more detail. So 4 on 4. Alright, this is 4 on 4. The first 4 on top, the first number on top here shows that there are 4 beats in each measure. Okay, we shall look at measure in the next slide. It means that there are 4 beats in each measure. If you say 4 beats, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the 4 beats. Alright. And each beat gets a quarter note. The 4 over here, that is quarter 4. Okay. Each beat gets a quarter note. Okay, let's look at the quarter notes we saw previously. This is a quarter note. This is the quarter note we're talking about. So each beat here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each beat gets a quarter note. Okay, or a quarter note gets 1 beat. It's the same thing. Great. We have 3 on 4. Okay, this shows that there are 3 beats in each measure. Okay, 3 beats. When I say 3 beats, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is the beats. And you can mostly hear the 3 on 4 in marches. Most march songs have 3 on 4 time signatures. Alright. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is the beats for 3 on 4 time signature. And the 4 here is the quarter. So a quarter note gets 1 beat. That is what this means. So 3 on 4 means that there are 3 beats in each measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 beats in each measure. And each of the beats is assigned 1 quarter note, which I showed you earlier in the other slide. Great. Let's look at measure. Okay, so measure, there are blocks of the staff between bar lines in which music notes are arranged and organized. So we can see the space in between this line and this line is a measure, and you can see the arrangement of the music in it. We can also see this, so the whole of this is a measure. Okay, the space in between 2 bar lines is called a measure. The same applies for here. The space in between 2 bar lines is called a measure. Okay, this time signature here is 2 on 4. Alright, so it means that there are 2 beats in each measure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how you're going to count this. There are 2 beats in each measure. Okay, so this is the whole of this is the measure. The in between the lines is the measure. So it means that there are 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the time signature here, 2 on 4. The 4 here indicates that a quarter note. So each beat gets 1 quarter note. Okay, each beat here is assigned a quarter note. So can you see the quarter notes right here? 2 quarter notes, 2 quarter notes, 2 quarter notes. So when you are reading this, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So each of the beats gets the quarter note. This is the quarter note a quarter note, a quarter note. So there are 2, 2, 2, 2 arranged in all of them. Means that each beat will get 2 quarter notes. This place we will dive deeper into this, and we'll understand why we have 3 over here, because all these are played differently from this. The sound from each of these measures, this measure, this measure, this measure, this measure, this measure, all the way here will have a similar pattern, but this measure here will sound differently, and this place has only 1 quarter note. This symbol indicates that you should rest. All right, that is why we have 1 quarter note here, and the rest here is actually 1 beat. So the beat here is rest. You don't play anything over there, so you just end on this. All right, great. Let's look at the bar lines. So the bar lines, as we saw earlier, they are vertical lines which separate the measures. So this is 1 bar line, this is another bar line, this is another bar line. So these lines separate each of the measures. All right, this piece here is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That is the song, that is the piece we have right here. That is the song we'll be playing. So we'll play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in our next lesson, and we shall apply everything we have learned so far in this. All right, it's going to be interesting, and don't forget to share and subscribe. Hit the like button if you can, and punch the subscribe button if you can, and I will see you in the next video.